Hi friends, Ryan Nutt here, and today we're going to be doing a tour of my medals. Now there's 3 racks here, and these are just cheap, like $5 or $10 curtain hangers from Walmart. We looked around at all kinds of different racks, and these were by far the most economical. You gotta be careful, they are bolted into the studs. In the last house we did not, and somehow they didn't fall down, but when I took them down, they were ripping the anchors out of the wall, so put them in the studs. All right, so we got 3 racks here. The top one up here is kind of miscellaneous, like 5K, 10K, bonus medals, and the ultras. Well, I didn't get an ultra for one of them, but a medal for one ultra, and the other one is in the middle there somewhere. The second row is... Say you're sorry for interrupting my video.
Do you need my help?
No, I'm good. And then the bottom row here is half marathons. So obviously we've done the most of those. So I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. All right, here we are. They are in order from oldest to newest for all 3 rows here. So let's see. This was a medal I placed in. I'm not sure how, but this little 5K, that was the first one Lunchbox and I did together. Cypress Triathlon was my one and only triathlon before I discovered that, yes, my morbid fear of water is in fact still active. Then this classical 25K we've done several times. You'll see it here. This is a part of the Houston Marathon warm-up series. Pretty cool. It's Texas 10 here in Conroe. We did that, I believe it was that one, with Jennifer's nephew. Pretty cool little series here. They always give out these really heavy, beefy medals. And you should keep in mind that if you're like a race director, the qualifications for a good medal is what, where, and when. Meaning, Texas, Conroe, the date, in Texas 10, or like the marathon here, Houston Chevron Marathon, and then the dates on the middle part. So, I mean, you'll see a lot of these don't have that, and that's kind of lame, but anyway. The 30K says the second in the Houston Marathon warm-up, the third. There's a half, 25K, and 35K. They do in November, December, like the half is in November, these 2 are in December, and then the marathon's in January. So that helps. You get, your stuff. Houston Marathon warm-up series you get when you do all 3 races. This is a bonus medal here. Then this Aim High program, it means I ran 1,000 miles in a year. I bought that off US Road Running, obviously, and I actually ran like 2,500 miles that year, but they only went up to 1,000. The ABB 5K was the 5K the day before the Houston Marathon. They always do a 5K. No, that wasn't. Here's the double. You run the 5K in the Houston Marathon. And the 2015 marathon in Houston was my first marathon, but we'll get to that when we get there. Rhythm and Blues half marathon, bonus medal. You do this, I believe it was you, the Rhythm and Blues half and the Houston half. I don't think they do that anymore, here anyway, which is a shame. Although there's a course in Houston on Allen Parkway that they do a lot of races on, and it's frustrating because the Rhythm and Blues, the Houston half, I forget, there's several of them that are on there. I think this 25K, I don't know, it's frustrating that they're all the same. Backcountry Trail Run was the first trail run we did, I think that was 18 miles. San Felipe Shootout is pretty cool. This is a trail racing over Texas medal. This was for the shootout, 22.4 miles, which is a 5K, 10K, and a half. You do, like, I forget exactly the start times, but it starts at 8, 5K, 10K's at 9, and the half's at like noon or something, I don't know. It's pretty challenging, actually, to do races like that. It's harder than you think, like a lot harder. You got to fuel properly the whole time. Then the Vegan Global Run Yeah, don't do that. That was kind of a joke. All right, Heels and Heels. I did the 8 mile, and I won it. This was a Mother's Day race that we did in Dallas a few years ago. We were at Doctor Who Fest, and this was in the morning. And I won a woman's Mother's Day race, which a little awkward, but I do have a trophy on it with a ballerina. Probably still packed up from our move. Huntsville 10. Oh, this is actually the one that we did with Jennifer's nephew. That other one over there, we did the year before, I guess. All right, Blazing Sevens. This was my second ultra. Did finish the 100K. That was absolutely brutal. It's a buckle. Another trail racing over Texas. The first ultra I did was the Pikes Peak 50, and they didn't give a medal. I have a hat, again, somewhere packed up with the trophy stuff. That was absolutely terrible for someone that lives in Texas to do a full-on mountain ultra. This is his first ultra, but I got through it and didn't die, but was terribly sore. And Mount Rosa, yeah, if you've done that race, you know what I mean. Right at the end, they have this really steep, ridiculous mountain climb, maybe 10 miles from the end. Oh, it's brutal. Four Seasons Half Marathon Challenge was from Melu, which we'll get to those. Obviously, there's 2 of them here. We ran a bunch of races that year. And you run one in each season, and you get these medals, and then there's 2 choices. We did them both. Route 66, 5K, and fun run here was a mile. That was after the 5K, like an hour, so we just stayed and did that and got this extra little medal. When we went up to Oklahoma City, I believe, and ran the half, which is cool. I enjoyed that race. We only did the half because Jennifer had to come back and study for law school finals, and more important, I guess. 5K for HEB, or HEB, ABB. I think this is the year we did not do the marathon, which was a bummer, but didn't train, so what are you gonna do? This next year we did the warm-up series, 2017, which this looks exactly the same as that other medal down there, just different years. The 30K, which looks substantially different than that other medal, so that's neat. And then, there's your warm-up series finisher medal for 2017. And then 2018 ABB 5K. Obviously before the Houston Marathon. Then there's the Houston Double, 2018, the Marathon and the 5K. And then, all right, next medal. There's the Houston 5K from 2019. They changed it from ABB to We Are Houston, because I guess ABB pulled their sponsorship or couldn't work it out or whatever. Then there's Houston Double from this year. Doing both again. All right, and then we come to the Lucky Trail series. We did let's see, I think this is it. Yeah, the Trail Challenge. Focus. Anyway, they had several different challenges if you want to do various distances, but this was 5K was on Friday, then we did the half on Saturday. Or no, it was the full on Saturday and the half on Sunday. And that was pretty tough. Those are trail marathons. Obviously, it says it right there. But they get these really cool medals. I love these. So we're probably going to do this again next year. It's got these little things so you can kind of pin them all together. But we'll get to those other ones soon. All right, and then here's another 10K we did this year. Not nearly as flamboyant as you would think. I was a little disappointed that there wasn't more pomp and circumstance, I guess. But I guess they're changing that this coming year to merge with another race, so we'll see what happens there. But I don't like the venue for this one, and the half that we did. That park down there is, well, no one down there takes it seriously. Let's just say that. Then the rodeo run this year. pretty nice little race. It is a belt buckle, which I don't agree with giving those out for 100x distances. But, Houston Rodeo Run, it's like, what are you going to do? Then the Run Wild 5K on July 4th in Houston here. See, it's not hard to put it all on one medal. Where, what, and when, Yeah, that one was pretty fun. And then this was the very next day, I believe. Like July 5th. We did the Christmas in July 5K. Really cool medal. And it's actually dubbed as an ornament. And then there's the Watermelon Dash. We did the 5K, and Jennifer's other nephew came down, and I ran with him, and she ran with her baby niece and her sister. So that was a fun day. He really enjoyed that. He did really good. And it was fun watching him. He was all excited every time he'd pass someone. I'm beating them. It's really cute. There's videos for a lot of these races on our channel. I think we got the GoPro here, so we may have to do some on all these older ones. And this is the Habanero 100. Although I didn't do the 100, I did the 30K. It's a really cool medal. I like the medal, but I'm not a fan of the various distances, and it doesn't have the date. It just says Texas, but I don't know. I'm kind of picky. I'm gonna pay that much for a race. It should have a custom medal. And there's my challenge medal from Step Challenge that I went a review on recently. All right, let's move on to the marathon distances. All right, sorry this is getting long, but we'll get through it here. It's fun. All right, here's the first marathon that we ever did. It was good. I finished in under 4 hours. I forget, 350 something, which was really surprising to me. As you can see, it's a little dirty and tarnished. It's probably all the sweat. You don't wash that off. That's victory. Yeah, that was a proud moment, finishing that race. This, however, the Woodlands Marathon in 2015, was my PR. I want to say 342. I haven't come close to that since. Maybe sometime in the next couple of years. But it was freaking freezing that day, which probably helped. Like, I couldn't feel my hands. It was so cold. All right, then we did the Irving Marathon. This is outside of Dallas. This one isn't interesting. It's on like running trails out behind houses. It was like a Y. You went out, and back into the finish. That was a long race with a lot of people, but it was good. And Pandora's Box of Rocks, which was obviously a trail marathon. That was absolutely brutal. Like, hot, terrible. You're running literally up a mountain onto rocks. But it was fun. Got through it. Only fell down once. Lost a bottle. And I think that's why it took me so long to finish it, because I didn't have enough fuel. All right, then we did the South Padre Island Marathon. And that one was like walking through a blast furnace. It was on, not the beach, but a road that runs up South Padre if you look at it. And it was hot, like terribly hot. And then you had the sun reflecting off the water, and the wind was blowing the sand in your face. I walked probably the second half of that one, but got through it. We've done several marathons, or not marathons just, but races by the ocean. And anywhere near salt water, I just can't breathe for some reason. Lunchbox doesn't have that problem, but I sure do. All right. Here we have the 2018 marathon for Houston. I'm still not exactly sure what this medal is supposed to be. I mean, I get the general premise, but when they put it on the shirt, it's like exactly like this, and you cannot tell what the hell it's supposed to be or what it's for. But, it's a nice shirt, so what are you going to do? Then this year was obviously the Houston Marathon again. Pretty cool. I like this medal. I mean, I like all the medals, but I like this one better than the design on this one. I don't know. Yeah, these past 2 years in the marathon were brutal. I had to walk most of the second half. As you can see, it jumped from 2015 to 2018. We kind of took a little hiatus there. So hopefully going into this year, we'll get back to it. The Woodlands Marathon, second time we did that. We did the half one time before, but full marathon was tough. It was not nearly as cold this year as it was that first year, but I don't know. It was fun. We'll probably end up doing that one again. I'd like to get my race down about my PR. All right, then we come back to the Seabrook Marathon trail run. That was fun. I really enjoyed this race. If you've not done it, you should do the Seabrook. Awesome people, lots of fun. I forgot to mention up on I did place in this one and I got a plaque. But this is fun. I really enjoyed this race and this whole experience, the challenge weekend. All right, and here's the last marathon we did. This was, I forget when it was, right after this one, a couple weeks. Bear Chase Marathon, pretty cool race. Harder than you would think, like a lot harder for some reason. But I walked about the second half of that, but it was a tribute to my grandfather. I couldn't make it to his funeral, so I did a nice little remembrance thing. So if you want to watch that video, it's on our channel here. All right, so that cuts our marathons out. That's 10. I've done 10. So on to the halves. All right, I don't know if this was the first one that Lunchbox and I ever did, but it was the first half I've ever done. We may have done a 5 or 10K before. But yeah, this was 14, and then the first marathon here was 15. So, yeah, lots of good memories. Then we did the Memorial Day Patriot Half in Rockwall. Pretty fun. We did this Wounded Warrior a couple times. Always a good cause. They donate a lot to the Wounded Warrior charities. As you can see, more sweat. That's victory. And we get into some of these Milu ones, which I really enjoyed, and it's a shame that they just kind of close their doors. But the Jalapeno Half, pretty cool medal. These are all in Dallas, so it kind of took a lot to get there, but it was fun. It was worth it there. And the Hottest Half, which was appropriately named, as it was in the summer, and it was blazingly hot. Texas Road Romp. We did this one twice. Unfortunately, it had the same shirt, so I've got 2 of the shirts. Again, that one was in Dallas. Rio San Antonio. I actually placed in this one. I think I got second in my age group. I don't know if they still did this or if it was a one-off, but that was pretty cool. He actually ran down the Riverwalk in San Antonio. So that was fun. Then the Houston Half Marathon. It's got this little spinner deal on it. 2014. Part of that warm-up series we talked about earlier. Then the Illuminations Half. This was in Dallas. It was a night half, and I placed. I think I got second again in my age group. So that was pretty cool. I got a hat, I believe, which is unfortunately packed up. We'll have to do a race swag and awards thing sooner or later. Then the Texas Half. This is another Milu deal. You get these little charms that you can put on a charm bracelet or whatever. And they could say 2 finisher medals. All right, the Katy Half Marathon. These races are cool, but the organizers and some of the people are a little snooty on this series here, but this one was fun. All right, there's the Rhythm and Blues Half. Again, I don't know if they still do these in Houston. But that one was fun. It's down on Allen Parkway like some of the other ones, and that's kind of lame, but it's like you don't want to go and run on the same course for every half in Houston. Then there's the Color Half. Pretty fun. It was cold and rainy, so almost no one showed up. Like, they're supposed to have like 400 or 500, and I think only like 20 or 30 showed up. But we ran it, and I think Lunchbox and I both placed. So that was fun. San Felipe Shootout. This was they give you 2 medals if you did all 3 races. This was, the first one. Next, we have the Big D. This was another Melu one. Could have done the full, but again, we had to come back for Lunchbox's schooling, I believe. Skyline half. This was not a Melu one, but this was in Dallas as well. Pretty cool. A lot of these races are in the same area. Not the exact same course, but they're downtown Irving, I guess. Then the Cox Half Marathon here. This one actually got canceled, and because of flooding, we showed up and the guy was kind enough to give us our shirts and stuff. So we drove all the way home after having spent the night in the hotel up in Dallas, and ran them separately, I believe on the weekend. And Lunchbox had hers a couple weekends later. Moonlight Madness was another one that had flooded, and it was at night, so that was kind of uncomfortable. And I believe this was the day after South Padre here, or the night of, I forget exactly, but yeah, that was fun, being completely exhausted from this ridiculously hard full marathon experience, and then going and running this at night through flooded areas. But it was fun. It was fun to watch all the little Nancy runners trudge up around hills to get out of the water, and those of us tired just barreling through it. All right, the Wounded Warrior, we did this again. That was fun. They had a DJ from Dallas came out to these every time, and it was fun. He liked to dance and crack people up and all kinds of fun stuff. Jalapeno half, second time we've done that. It's a cool little change again. Another Melu. Some of these are part of the half marathon 4 season challenge I showed a minute ago. I forget which ones were which. Wildfire was another one in summer, and that was hot. Hot. Yeah, that was tough. Hottest half again in August in Dallas. You can imagine how hot these two were. I think they were 1 or 2 weeks apart, but that was brutal. Then the Tyler Rose. That was fun. That was a lot more hills than I was expecting. We could have done the full, but I think that was another one that we had to get back for something. But it's very pretty. All the roses and stuff were in bloom for their little festival. The Road Romp next year. I think the medal's the same. They just changed the date on the lanyard here. That was fun too. Then the Route 66. This was fun. It was cold, like brutally cold. One kind of inappropriate memory. Saw a girl in white yoga pants having a really bad monthly day. She was going fast. She wanted to be done. Poor woman. All right, this is the Houston half. A pretty big medal. So that was 2017. 2018 Cypress half. That was fun. I think we're maybe doing this. I can't remember again this year. I don't know, but that one was fun. You got these 2 medals, the Katie half that looks similar. This one actually runs by my work. I don't know. It was cold that day, but it wasn't nearly as cold as the first time we did it. It was fun though. That was the one I tried to qualify for the Houston A Corral and totally bombed after like mile 2. So that didn't work out very well. Superheroes versus Villains. Yeah, I don't think I would recommend this race just because the organizers were not doing a very good job. And the course is just ridiculous. Don't do it. Neat little medal though now that I look at it. All right, Galveston Half Marathon. I'd like to go back and do the full The only reason we didn't is it's just 2 loops of the same course. But it's a very pretty course. And this was another one of them ones by the ocean that was very difficult to breathe in. So, but yeah, I would definitely do that again. That was fun. That was great. Then the Seabrook, this one was also fun. It's a different course from the marathon the day before. So it's marginally different. It's probably about half of it's different. Like they take you on a different loop with these little trails down there by the ocean. And this medal is a little different than the, there it is. You can see those next to each other. And they come with different little things for the various days. And then the Pearland half. I really like this race too. It's little magnets there. So if you want to put it on your fridge or something. But I like this. It was the inaugural, and we'll do that one again this next year. Yeah, that was fun. So anyway, there's our metal wall. Or there's my metal wall. Lunchboxes is over here. She's got hers organized a little bit differently. But we will... I'd like to know what you think. And if you have your metal videos, post a link down below so I can look at them. So we'll update this as we go along. And I really appreciate you watching. Let me know what you think. Or how we can arrange this better. Or what we need to do more or less of. Alright, keep it real. Later.